And location change. Welcome back to What If. And we're starting off a new What If. And going down the list, Jane's Mox trailers asked the question. And I get more people who ask me for Naruto What Ifs a bit more often than Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z just tends to be the one I get the most of. But luckily, going down a list of people in order, because I always scale down the list of people giving me suggestions. Jane's Mox trailer asked the question, what if Sakura Haruno was actually Sakura Senju? What if she was a Senju? Now, should note that we're going to have to finagle some things here. Obviously, she's not going to be like a direct descendant of the Senju because even Tsunade wasn't a direct... She's not a pure-blood Senju as far as we know. She's the great... I think she's the granddaughter or she's the great-granddaughter of... I think she's the granddaughter of the first Hokage. And the Senju are long-lived people. We know Tsunade's like 50 years old, too. And that Hashirama was still alive when she was born. So there is that. So yeah, amazingly, I believe she was, because he's the one who gave her love of gambling. There's no way Sakura could be a direct descendant, but we can make her kind of a long distance descendant for the Senju. Kind of like, an additive or kind of thing along those lines. Like Senju had, gotten together with maybe a civilian woman at one point, and yeah, they passed down. Now, you also didn't specify whether or not you wanted me to give her the wood style release, the wood kick again guy. For the sake of saying the hell with it, why not? We're gonna give her the wood release. Now, when does Sakura figure this out? I'd say, because unlike the wood release is a combination of chakras. It's not like the Sharingan, which needs to be activated through trauma. It's something that you might even theoretically be born with. As soon as you can mold your chakra, you can create it. I would say it's partly through like the early academy years. She'd find it out early on. She wouldn't be able to do much with it, but first off, Sakura would have above average chakra for Kunoichi. Kunoichis have less chakra than shinobis. Women have less chakra than men, normally speaking. But they have better refined control. But being a Senju gives her better vitality, chakra access, and stamina. So she would have a higher than average chakra level for Kunoichi. I think she would also know at least a few minor techniques. Like she'd probably know a very limited version of the deep forest creation. Like she could probably fill a small room with trees. And she would probably know something like this. I think Yamato used the technique like it's striking shadow stick, but with wood. So basically, wood just comes out of your hand and just grabs things. So I think she can do that, plus the Academy's standard jutsus. Unfortunately, I think it also add on to her ego. Because if you remember, early series Sakura was a snob. Was no better than any, besides Hinata, who was actually very reserved and quiet and humble and actually downplayed her abilities. All the other girls, the Kunoichi, if you really think about it, particularly the ones that came from clans, and Sakura. Sakura didn't come from a clan, but she was the best in the class. I think I'm just hearing the wind. They had little egos on them. They thought they were the shit. And Sakura finding out she's a Senju, ooh, that would put an ego on her head. That would definitely give her a big head. Now, in her favor, though, finding out that she is a Senju by her, and she would boast about it too. I'd say her ego about her heritage would be probably as big as Sasuke's, but the difference is Sasuke was very reserved about his ego, whereas Sakura would be very loud enough. It's like, I'm a Senju, look at my wood release. I'm going to send them to the first Hokage. Up yours, Yeah, she'd do that. But being a Senju would actually put her in at least slightly more. Sasuke would actually, I think, take notice of that. Like a strong female ninja is in the class now. All right. Now, if only she would take things more seriously and stop oogling me. But, it's at least progress as a character in that sense for Sasuke. Naruto would also be like, yeah, congratulations. And at first, Sakura would actually be like, yeah, I know, I'm awesome. But then she'd just tell Naruto to shut up and maybe even use World Release to like bop him on the head or something. Nothing would really change though for Naruto himself. There's nothing at the moment that would change for him. Nothing really changes until we get to Kakashi meeting the group, saying, you know what, your likes and dislikes. Really, the only thing that would change would actually be Sakura's answer. Besides, getting all girlish over Sasuke, she would maybe say, "I also like learning, trying to." She would say something along the lines of, "I also enjoy testing out and learning and creating new wood jutsu," and she creates it, and then Kakashi had heard about it, but is actually seeing it, so she really can do that, huh? I guess we're gonna have to get some training from Tenzo in the future. So there's that as well. Then the bell test would come. It would start out pretty much the same. Naruto would try his best, but then get the bell. Then Kakashi would get his foot caught. Then Sasuke would try to take him on. Sakura. See, I think initially Sakura would wake up, and then as Sasuke is trying to would wake up a little earlier, and then actually try to aid Sasuke a little bit. Using wood jutsu, and it would actually surprise Kakashi for a little bit that branches are coming at him and stuff like that. He'd quickly adapt, use maybe even a small Chidori to cut through it. Use a couple small jutsus to keep her incapacitated. But together they are starting to come together and work together. And Naruto at this point, having thinking about taking their lunches, is seeing this and realizing they're going to get a bell. I need to get a bell, otherwise I'm screwed. And then Naruto basically just looks at the list food, belt, food, damn it all, and then, comes in, only a couple minutes left on the clock, they're failing, all of a sudden a bunch of Narutos come in, and now Kakashi's got to try to, keep out of the way of the Narutos, they're grabbing him, but they're trying to grab at him, even one grabs his feet at one point, a branch comes, Kakashi does substitute out of the way, and Naruto throws some shurikens at them, and Sasuke even fireball jutsus the tree. But and Kakashi once again it has to substitute to a different tree, but now he's hiding in a tree, and then all of a sudden he feels the branches start to try to suck him in. He realizes that Sakura's using all of her abilities to try to basically grab Kakashi in a tree. He breaks out of that, and then the bell rings. He applauds them, though, that they actually work without meaning to, were working together. He realizes they weren't intending to work together, but they were. Unfortunately, he still failed. But you were working together, so I'll give you one more chance. But Naruto, you don't get food. You don't get lunch. He's why? I didn't eat the food, but you were going to. Weren't you? You were thinking it. Damn it. Fine, I can go eating without days for weeks. It's no big deal. Believe it. So yeah. And then the whole, we're a team and two of us are one. Yep. So that all works out. So, we'll cut to the wave arc, but, some of the D-rank mission, a little side stuff going on there. During the D-rank missions, Sakura actually really aids in the gardening ones because her wood release can accelerate the growth of things a little bit. So she is able to help on certain fields like that, help with some construction, building some trees for extra wood and stuff like that. Sakura actually is aiding very much in the D-rank missions. Sasuke, she'll even occasionally spar with them during practice. And Naruto is still better at a hand-to-hand in a straight fight than Sakura is. That's no question. But he can't really get past the wood release right now with her. She even maybe learns a new technique with practices with a wood dome or something like that. Sasuke is pushing himself a little bit because he doesn't want to be outdone by Sakura, and he's learning the Phoenix Flower Jutsu. And here's the thing with Naruto. Naruto's not going to go out of his... has no access to really any other jutsus right now. He does no elemental jutsus or anything like that. Really, all he's got is a shadow clone jutsu. But he's still practicing. He's even using the clones, not realizing the clones are perfect for training. For at least refine, he'd be working on things like his chakra control a little bit, which, let's say, because we know Naruto's chakra control is shit. Let's say Naruto's chakra control at a scale of 1 to 100 is a 5. With a little training, he might work his way all the way up to an 8. And not even a full 10, but an 8. Which is still, when you really, percentage-wise, it doesn't mean much, but in the grand scheme of things, it means a lot. So he, certain chakra exercises we get to, the water walking and the tree climbing, will actually come a little easier to Naruto now. Also, Naruto is a very instinctual kind of fighter. He was always good at hand-to-hand combat, though he was very much a brawler style. So for the amount of time, and I think it's a couple months after they become Genin, Naruto is actually working. He knows he doesn't have a lot of disposal. He's working on honing his physical, combat skills. Now, he'll never really be a Lee-type character, per se. Or a Hyuga or a Hinata. At least not in this incarnation. I don't think. But here's the thing. Naruto is such an instinctual kind of guy, and he's got a little bit of the fox chakra always integrated with him. Now Naruto starts to realize he's got really good reaction time, and he's really good at just moving instinctually on the fly. Naruto's starting to basically he can't really like just counter automatically, but he's starting to just get dodging down really good, and it's really getting hard for anyone to like any of his clones to pin him down. Eventually, like with his training, like the clones try everything again, they just can't hit him, and he's able to now start working as counterattack. Essentially, what we're doing is giving. Obviously, he's not getting godly energy, but he's getting a Naruto equivalent of Ultra Instinct in some way, where he's just able to react. Even at the points he doesn't even have to look, he just react and then just react, hit, all that stuff. Now, granted, he hasn't perfected like the counterattack part of it. That part he hasn't perfected yet, but. He hasn't perfected anything at this point. But in terms of going up against anyone of Genin or even probably like high tuning or low to high tuning levels, they'd have a hard time hitting him in a straight fight. Anything with like a big bombastic fire effect or something like that, or water or wind, something like that'll hit him no problem. But in terms of a straight fisticuffs fight, it's really hard for anyone of any real of any equal or even superior skill up until we get to higher grades of ninja to hit him. So obviously the bridge builder comes. They go on the mission. What was those guys' names again? The Demon Brothers. Wow, I actually don't remember their names, but they that thing goes down the same, except Sakura probably even shows off a little bit of a wood release. Naruto, even though he's able to reflexively dodge, he dodged out of fear, like not wanting to be hit, and then he makes a blood oath, and not really getting the poison out, just chink, this I make a vow, and all that stuff, and then you're gonna die, and that. Then comes the Zabuza arc, where starts off the same. Kakashi gets caught. Really, honestly, nothing really changes that much. Sakura still, because Sakura's still the one who I think feels that she's the best for protection, because while she does have a couple of offensive techniques with the wood, like at this point she could probably create like a little spike out of her hand and even grapple someone. Most of her techniques aren't really designed for for offense. So even with her deep force creation ability or technique improving drastically at this point, like she could probably create like a small field of worth of force at this point and still be generally okay. But everything will go basically the same. We cut to them training. Naruto actually is able to progress a little faster now than he initially can. Instead of being straight behind Sasuke, he's able to actually generally keep up with Sasuke, and that means they're pushing each other even harder now. So they actually get a lot more improvement done on that. And remember, at this point, besides the occasional training, there hasn't been anything that lets anyone know that Naruto's been practicing with his new style. Naruto would meet Haku, everything with the Yonari goes down. You cut to the bridge fight. Zabuza and Haku both showed up. The fight goes relatively the same. Sakura wants to help, but Kakashi says no, because they don't know about your abilities. We need to keep those hidden until we have no choice. And Sakura is reluctant, but she agrees. So, and then Naruto comes in. They get caught in the mirrors. So now this is where things change up a bit. Initially, Sasuke and Naruto were just getting hit. Naruto tries to charge the mirror, and then Haku just takes him out. Naruto's clones charge the mirror. Haku tries to take him out. He only takes out, let's say Naruto made about 100 clones. Takes out maybe 20 of them. The rest are actually able to, I don't think it was 100. I think it was 50 or something like that. So let's say 50. Haku's only able to hit maybe a quarter of them, 10. The rest of them, he realizes, what? They're dodging me. And then they all hit the mirror hard, but their bets they crack the mirror a little bit. They can't break it, but they crack it. Naruto's head is ah! It's and then Sasuke sees that and just boom, fires, and actually does manage to break a mirror, even a couple mirrors, but they quickly reforms. And then Haku's I must admit, it was impressive. I didn't think you could dodge, but you'll have to do a lot better if you want to destroy these mirrors, all these mirrors. Destroying one or two won't be enough. And then all of a sudden they realize. Sasuke realizes Naruto, he's about to throw the Senbon. It's like look out, Naruto, he's about to attack. Basically, Sasuke warns him about the Senbon, and Sasuke's trying to do his best to dodge. And both him and Naruto initially got hit, Naruto maybe gets like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 in him at most. They're actually seeing him dodge. It's like, whoa. So, but still, he gets a couple of so he's able to pull them out, and then just maybe puts a little, see if he can channel a little chakra with force, and just put it in, like maybe just inserts it a little bit, just in there, and everyone's just kind of shocked because they've never seen Naruto do that before. It's like, what is Kakashi's like, what has he been doing? It's like, and Zabuza's like, that brat. It's like, how'd that brat do that? How did he dodge Shaku? It's like, Naruto, how did you do that? You're not the only ones with a gifts. I'm not going to be slowed down, but I'm not going to be falling to the wayside by either you or Sakura. So again, it's like Sasuke's just like, okay, Naruto, one more time, let's do it. It's like, can you hit it harder? And then Naruto decides to put a little chakra into it, just focuses chakra a bit in his fist. So he charges again, even bursts with some speed, and Haku again tries to hit him, hits even less Naruto clones because they're moving so much faster, and then they actually, boom, and a couple of the mirrors actually do it. One actually does break, and then the rest are just like, actually now seriously cracked, and then Sasuke just does basically like a turnaround fireball juju, just and they actually succeed in breaking all the mirrors. Haku is now just shocked that this happened, but quickly starts to reform the mirrors. But not before Sasuke and Naruto both get on his case and just like punch him. Naruto's punch, I think, barely misses. Sasuke, though, capitalizes on it and decks him right in the face with a leg. Haku goes flying. So now it's like, now they have to go toe to toe. It's 2-on-1 with Haku. Naruto is huffing a bit because doing that many clones is taxing even for Naruto at this point, even with all his chakra. But he still makes about 5 more clones, and it's like I got this. Sasuke. You cover me, and cover me when you need to. And actually, this is them working out. It's like, cover me, and if you see a opportunity, take it. And Sasuke surprisingly is like, got it. And then Naruto, because he actually wants to see Naruto do this too, actually fight too. So 5 clones are going after Haku, and Haku's fast. We know Haku's really fast, but surprisingly, Haku actually can't hit Naruto. And Naruto is having trouble hitting Haku too, but he's got more clones, or more. There's duplicates of them. There's clones there, so they're actually able to overwhelm Haku. Haku's doing his best, but getting hit, and then boom, gets a nice uppercut by Naruto. He's able to pop all the clones except the original, all the clones, and then one of the original, gets one in the chest, and then Sasuke is like, got you, and then Haku's in midair at this point, can't dodge. You realize, like, shit, but then he's like, brings up some wind and water jutsu, or summons some ice basically, and basically takes the brunt of the attack. He goes flying. But again, Naruto comes in again, just boom, cracks the mask open. Then he sees Haku, who it is. It's like, it's like, no. Meanwhile, the fight with Kakashi and Zabuza actually does go about the same. Though I actually think Zabuza is still relatively okay. He's maybe got one arm down, but at that point, he's still capable of fighting. And I think they have that explanation. Sasuke is still standing, and Sasuke doesn't realize, because he's been trying to keep up with Naruto's movements and everything like that, and Haku's speed, his Sharingan activated. So he does have his Sharingan activated. And then you hear Tazuna clapping and all that stuff. I do think Zabuza at that point gets one of his other arms taken out, so he's kind of just, nerves are just damaged, you can't move them. I do think that was temporary too. Had he been healed up, it would have been fine. And then, we have no quarrel and all that. Now, to be fair, there's a difference in the circumstances here than in the original. Sasuke is still awake, and Haku is still alive. So he's like, he now has all his mercenaries there, and it's like, oh no, it's like, what are we gonna do? It's like, we gotta take these guys down. And then obviously the villagers come in. It's like, before you step 1 foot over it, you have to get through us. And now they're kind of, it's like, all right, fine. And Zabuza is actually not going. And Zabuza says, like, kid, give me your kunai. I want the old man. It's like, don't worry. It's like, we got. No. It's like, Zabuza, you can't. It's like, it's okay, Haku. This is the end for me. And then, he goes in, he slaughters a bunch of them, kills Tazuna, and I was like, and Haku's just like, no, and then Haku, who is a boy, I got to remember that. There's certain areas where we can make Haku a girl, but is a boy, decides, it's like, no, the rest of you are mine. It's like, and Naruto sees, is like, and then creates a couple more clothes, like, and then he sees, Haku sees her, like, oh, we got you. It's like we got your back. And Sasuke also is just standing. It's like just gives him a nod and just I can't. And I like. Besides, I like to try out my new technique. And Sakura is even just like Kakashi. Kakashi Sensei, do you think you can help them? It's like I'm a little tired right now. I could probably handle a couple of them at the moment, but not that many as a group. Then she actually says, "Then protect Tazna." It's like I'm going in too. And then she gets the wood release and just shows off some wood jutsu, creates a bit of creates some giant pointed roots at him. Sasuke's getting ready, and everyone Haku's just ready, and they just the look of bloody murder on their face. And all the guys are just like, oh god, it's like, no, we can do it. And then Haku and everyone just goes Haku's killing these fools. Everyone else is either knocking him out or incapacitating, or they're just running away. So they said Zabuza sadly does not make it. That unfortunately Zabuza does not make it. I think they do leave the sword with him too for the grave marker. I don't think Haku takes it along. However, they say, Haku, you were never registered as a shinobi, so there's no history of it. If you want, unlike the Hidden Mist where the Bloodline Wars happen, the Hidden Leaf welcomes bloodlines. You're more than welcome to join us. And this is Naruto saying this more than anything else. You're more welcome to join us. Come on. It's like, it'd be great. And then, Haku actually, is actually really flattered. Like, and Sasuke's like, yeah, come on, it's not that bad. Besides, it'd be nice to have it'd be nice to actually have an equal sparring part, equal in sparring. It's like, hey, what about me? It's like, oh, you say something, loser, you bastard, Naruto, shut up. And then Haku just kind of laughs, like, and he's like, yep, I'll go with you. So Haku is joining the Hidden Leaf Village. Zabuza sadly gone, but they still name it the Great Naruto Bridge, pretty much because it was still Naruto who inspired them, ultimately, in the end. Because nothing about that changed. And yeah, we're going to end it there. So part 1 of What If Sakura Was a Senju is done. And yeah, we got through a lot. We're pretty much going all the way to the Chunin exams in episode 2, so hold on to your butts. Until then, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. I just would win, Star Wars, Superior Magic, What If, anything I do on the channel, put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you